Good evening, everybody. We're going to call an informal session of the City Council's Committee of the Whole to order. We are joined virtually by Councilor Malo Brown and City Councilor Zeta Govan, and we're joined in the chamber by our Ward 3 City Councilor Melvin Edwards, and I know that Councilor Click Bruce is joining us shortly. The purpose of our meeting today is as a part of our annual legislative update, and we are joined by our Senate delegation, including State Senator Eric Lesser and State Senator Adam Gomez. We appreciate you both being here, and we are also here to hear remarks from Senator Lesser as he prepares to depart the Senate. And so, gentlemen, we'd ask and invite you to join us at the podium, and certainly in whichever order both of you would like to make your presentations, we will welcome them at this time. Senator Gomez, welcome back.
Thank you, esteemed colleagues, counselors. Very happy to be here with you guys today. Obviously, we have went through an incredible election season. We've gotten some things across the board that I know that this body has supported, like question 1 and also question 4. So I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you for all of our delegations, our local delegations' support on that end. But I'm here in support of, obviously, our farewell to my partner in the Senate here in the city of Springfield and Chicopee, that has been one and a great mentor while my first session, but really helped me through along the line of understanding the process and helping with a lot of advice. So for the most part, it's really going to be hard to see him leave. I know that he's just probably taking a little time out, but I think coming back to it that Senator Eric Lesser has been a leader and a lot of the things here in Western Massachusetts, like East to West Rail. He also led on the sports betting initiative here, being the chairman of economic development. He definitely commandeered and was a voice inside of the Senate and led the way for Western Massachusetts on a lot of issues. And I just looking towards the future, just looking towards to taking the mantle on a lot of the issues that we all together would like to see when it comes to regional equity, when it comes to healthcare, and also things of that nature. I'll get into more of the update because I want to give Senator Lesser his flowers first and foremost and give him a chance to speak. But I'm just here in support of my colleague, and obviously, even though it's bittersweet, I know he's only going to be across the line, and whenever we do need him, he's going to be there for us. So Senator Lesser, on behalf of the Massachusetts State Senate, and also myself, thank you for being a true partner, a friend, a brother, and Godspeed on your future endeavors.
Thank you, Senator Gomez. And we'll now welcome Senator Lesser to the podium.
Well, thank you, Mr. President, through you to the members. I don't think it's so formal as remarks, but I really just wanted to come by and most importantly, first and foremost, say thank you to the people of Springfield. It's really been a tremendous honor to represent the city of Springfield in the state Senate alongside Senator Gomez, and of course before Senator Gomez, Senator Welch as well. There's a lot of great things that we can point to. I think one of the most important has been the Student Opportunity Act, the tens of millions of dollars in extra funding each year that's coming to the Springfield schools as a result of that legislation. We've done a lot of work together on the substance abuse crisis. We've done a lot of work together on housing. We still have HDIP left undone from the ECDEV bill that we want to get done. Of course, we have the sports betting legislation we did in close collaboration with MGM. And of course, East-West Rail is closer than it's ever been. We have that commission up and running. I'm a member of that commission. I'll continue to do that after my term wraps up. So there's certainly a lot that we could point to collectively that we've worked on, but the most important thing I really wanted to do is to come by and say thank you to the people of Springfield for the trust they put in me the last 8 years. I want to thank you, Mr. President, and the members of the City Council who have been great partners on a lot of really, really important work over the last 8 years. And I really want to thank my friend and colleague, Senator Gomez. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not moving. I'm not, so I'll still be around, and I'll still be available for all the different initiatives that we still have to get across the finish line. But really wanted to just come by and say thank you. It's been a lot of fun, and it's really been a great honor to work together.
Thank you, Senator Lesser, and we're also joined virtually now by Councilor Davila, as well as in the chamber by City Councilor Tim Allen. And I see already there are some hands in the queue that would like to make some remarks. So we'll go first to Councilor Govan, followed by Councilor Brown.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And I couldn't miss this opportunity. This is Zeta, Senator Lesser. I really wish that I could have been there in person today to just thank you personally and thank you in person. But second to best, like this, we're on Zoom. And I just want to thank you for your commitment and for your dedication to the city of Springfield, and in particular the Indian Orchard neighborhood where I am at. And from day one, even before you became the senator, you were involved in the community and you came out with your growing family. I think at the time you probably, only had one daughter. And I've seen your family grow, and I believe that, you have some great things in store for you. You've been a dedicated servant to the city, and I really appreciate what you've done and what you're going to do, because I imagine that you're going to continue doing the work. So thank you, Senator Lesser.
She can hear you if you care to respond to it.
No, just want to say,
she can see you as well.
Oh, thanks, Counselor. I really appreciate that, and we'll still be doing the gift baskets. So
that's great.
Thank you, Councilor Govan. Councilor Brown.
Thank you, Mr. President. I definitely want to definitely extend my gratitude to my colleague. I've worked with him on the state level as my job at the House for over 7 years, and the amount of resources and funding that he helped in Springfield is just, I don't think it's unmatched. Your career is impressive. I know Obama is proud of you. Hopefully you can get into the presidency one day, because I believe that you impress people that much. You're a good friend. I think of you as a friend and a family member. I know we're gonna keep fighting. I don't see you going anywhere. Like I said, I still look for you to continue to keep pushing and hopefully one day get to the White House. I'm gonna miss you, brother, but I'm gonna make sure I see you enough where I won't have to. Thank you for your service and your commitment to the community. Thank you, Mr. President.
thank you, Counselor. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Councilor Brown. Councilor Davila, followed by Councilor Edwards.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, Senator Lesser. My apologies that I cannot be there in person. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your grit. Thank you for your dedication to the city of Springfield and to the whole district. I do remember, Mr. President, the first time that I met Senator Lesser, we just struck a friendship. And Senator Lesser, you have always impressed me with your tenacity. You're like a pit bull, sir. When you put your teeth into something, you go after. And the most obvious sample of that is the East-West Rail, which some great progress has been made. And someday we will have East-West Rail here in the city of Springfield throughout the state. And also the Family Pay Leave Act. I believe you were instrumental in closing the loop on that. And for that, I say thank you. Senator Lesser, as I'm sure you know, that the measure of a man is measured by not by how many times he falls, but by how many times he gets up. And like we good Catholics say, when the good Lord closes one door, he opens the other. Like my colleague says, you're not done. I'm sure you're gonna come back to greatness. And from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of Forest Park and all my constituents, I said to you, sir, thank you. Best of luck and God bless.
Thanks, Counselor. Yeah, the first time we met was the basement of the Forest Park Library. I remember that well.
Great.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. We're also joined now in the chamber by our colleague, City Councilor Tracy Whitfield, and the floor is now with Councilor Edwards.
Senator, thank you very much for your service. Greatly appreciate your time and the effort that you put into your job. You will be missed. We sincerely hope that you will continue to be involved. I look forward to your continued success in your next endeavor. And I hope that if any time I can be of service to you, that you will not hesitate to reach out. I can echo all of the sentiments of my colleagues, and I can sincerely say that we appreciated all that you have done to facilitate the many pieces of legislation that you were involved with, and we thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Counselor.
Councilor Edwards. Do any further councilors wish to be heard? Councilor Allen?
Thank you, Mr. President. Eric, you could either come and inform us, let us know about your time here and any suggestions. I'm wondering, obviously, you're beginning your president, you spoke before. Do you have suggestions for us that we could be better at? Sort of catching state delegations, doing these home rule things and stuff. I never feel that we're doing A+ work on that stuff. And is there, from a perspective of the state senate or from us, is there something we could do? Do we have, I know you have regular meetings with the mayor, but should there be a regular meeting? Any suggestion you have?
I'll leave that to my colleague who's going to be sticking around. The one thing I'll just say, Tim, is I actually think that it's been a great relationship. I mean, we work with a lot of colleagues from all over the state, and you talk about relationships between the legislative delegation and the city officials, and I actually think it's pretty harmonious here. I mean, there's obviously always places to improve, but I've enjoyed the collaborations. I think we've worked closely together on every budget. We've done a lot of earmarks together. I mentioned the HDIP and the housing work we've done together. Certainly, I really want to thank the council for stepping up so quickly on the rail advocacy, passing that resolution, really in the first months of our efforts on that. Ultimately, we even got the Boston City Council to follow Springfield's lead, which was a great achievement. So, my successor, Senator Olivero, will do a great job. I mean, he obviously already has a lot of familiarity as an incumbent state rep. So I think it'll go pretty smoothly, and I think I really do want to lift up and acknowledge the leadership of Senator Gomez too, especially as a former member of the Springfield City Council. I think that just adds to the collaboration and the closeness of the relationship. So, yeah.
Yeah, you sit right over there.
Be careful, he might claim it back.
Thank you, Councilor Allen. Councilor Whitfield.
Thank you, Mr. President. I drove all the way down here as fast as I could to see you, Senator Lesser. You are certainly going to be missed. You've been a supporter and a friend of mine, and I've been of yours since you ran and since I ran, and you've done great work, and you were always available whenever I called for anything, an explanation, a response, tell me something. You always was like gracious enough to call or text back, or, you know how it is, even when you're in the midst of your family, people will still knock on your door. So I really appreciate how you were with me as a senator, and you're not even my senator, but you are my parents' senator. So when they have questions, I'm like, let me go to your senator and find out. And so I just really appreciate the relationship that we built over the years, and I just really hope that it continues, and I hope to still see you working on that state level, because you know what you're doing and you know what you're talking about. So we definitely appreciate you, and I'm going to miss you in that seat.
Thank you, Councilor. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Councilor Whitfield. Councilor Click Bruce.
Thank you, Council President. Senator Lesser, class act. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to work with you. But when I ran, when I won, actually, you hit me up immediately to congratulate me. So that meant a lot. So whatever you need from me, I'll be here for you. And thank you for your service. And I know this is not gonna be the last time we see you. So again, I just want to say thank you. And you're a stand-up guy, and I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks, Councilor. Yeah, we'll figure out ways to work together. Yeah.
Thank you, Councilor Click Bruce. And not seeing any further councils present virtually or online at this time, allow me to speak for those that may not have been able to make it this evening, and on behalf of all of the council and the people of Springfield, when I say you have our gratitude for your 8 years of service. We know that that service is not over now, certainly just moving into a different space. And from my own perspective, having been elected at 22 years old and standing before you now at about the age that you were when you were elected to the state Senate, I can certainly say, Eric, that you have been an inspiration and certainly an example of young people coming home to Western Massachusetts and standing up for all of our communities. And that, I think, legacy stands as you move into this different phase of service in your career. So again, on behalf of the Springfield City Council and the people of Springfield, you have our gratitude, our thanks, and are looking forward to continued partnership in whatever endeavors you move forward to today.
Thank you, Mr. President. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
so with that, we will stand adjourned until our hearings meeting at 7 o'clock.